Good Thursday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage of the Elite Performance Industries non-wing sprint car series. Quarter-mile track at Kokomo tonight to kick things off. 12 weeks for these drivers. Got about 14 drivers checked in for this pretty good-sized field. Have a couple of heat races and a big A main tonight. If you're over on Facebook, the link that you have in the chat is for an IVF infertility treatment organized by Kelly Lovis. It is something that the Indy Esports team is promoting. They've gotten behind this. It's for someone that they know. So click the link, go check it out. Please feel free to donate for those guys. Wingless sprint cars back on the network. Glad to have these guys back too. So always a pleasure when we get the EPI guys back on the network. Making a little adjustment. I put something in the wrong place here, guys, so I don't pay attention to the moving objects on the screen. They are closer than they appear. Drivers getting in a little bit of warm-up, working the track down. See if we can turn this into a two-groove racing service. A lot of the names very familiar to all you fans of the network. Skylar Brown, Robin Gray, Mason Hannigan, Wade Fields, Trevor Lawyer, Bryce Lucius, Alex Rosinski's here, Vinny Sansone, just to name a handful there. 410 wingless sprints. This ought to be a pretty exciting deal here, especially in this teeny tiny little place. Drivers getting down there, winding it down. A couple of minutes left here. Let's watch Noah Bowman for a lap or two here. Oh, Mr. Haugen. Speaking of Wade Fields, he is at the end of the work area there in the infield, getting ready to roll out possibly. Let's go see Trevor Schroeder. Schroeder, a new name to the series. We will watch Trevor for a lap or two here. Guys, if the motors get too loud, let me know. I'm still playing with some of these sound settings and trying to get things exactly where I think I should have them. Every car seems to be just a little bit different, and every set of cameras is just a tiny bit different. About 45 seconds, we'll get qualifying underway. Quick reminder, if you're on Facebook, come by the Dirt Racing Network's Facebook page, like, share, follow. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, make sure you say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Shout out your favorite driver. And hit the subscribe button at the same time. Little more action, more and more every week, every other week. We seem to add something. Now we're Sundays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays again. We were down to just doing one night a week, and things starting to pick up just a little bit. I don't think we're going to have any weekend series at all, but I do believe that we will continue to fill in from Sunday to Thursday. There's Todd Brandt's car. That camera just not very loud at all, so we will do what we can with that camera for you folks. Qualifying about to get underway. Noah Bowman, the first to roll out. This is a number 71 machine. I thought Wade Fields drove that. Wade Fields is now the 7 car, so. Let's get up here where we can see Noah a little bit. He goes across the start-finish line. 12:24 for his first lap. Let's go watch the tropical depression, a little hurricane Mason Hannigan here. Let's watch him from our infield. The Black Diamond Motorsports driver right around the bottom. And Mason Hannigan to the top of the charts. 12:02 for Hannigan. Hannigan going to bring it out of qualifying. Vinny Sansone jumps to the top, 11:93. That is a very quick lap. There's Trevor Royer, fourth quick on his first lap. And he's going to shut it down. He is satisfied with that. Trevor Schroeder in the 19 car. See what Trevor can, what Trevor Schroeder can do. We're going to have Trevor and Trevor. Oh, we had a bunch of 24s last night. We're going to have a bunch of Trevors tonight. That is too much for this announcer, I got to tell you. Schroeder was 11th quick and does not improve on lap number 2. He'll stay 11th quick. Bryce Lucius out on the racing surface. That's the 32 machine. Used to seeing that car in blue, and it is red and white this time, the Fatheads machine. Oh, front wheels up off the ground. Boy, I'll tell you what, you do that real quick. Two things happen with this car. It's got so much horsepower. You spin the right rear and you go down in the corner, you go to lift off the throttle and the whole thing unloads and twitches on you. You go to give it throttle back and it'll pick the front wheels right up off the ground, and then you have absolutely no control over the car. Lucius 12th quick right now, and he's going to change that and jump the third quick at 12:03 right behind Hannigan. And now Wade Fields making his way onto the speedway. It says 71 on the car, but it's a 7 on the scoring pylon. Out of 3 and 4, he'll hit his first time lap right here, and Wade Fields will go 6th quick at 12:16. See if he can best that here on his second lap. Second lap. 12:21, so slow down just a tick. That means Christopher Joy, the only car not taking time currently. And I think the session about to come to an end. We'll split these guys into a couple of heat races, and we will get ready to get the evening started. It's a lot more fun when you guys participate. So start something in the chat. Let's just keep it family friendly. Everybody's here to have a good time. Let's try to help them do that. Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, MARS Series. That is the Mid-America Racing Series. Pavement late models. They're going back to the short tracks. 5-week test season. I am fairly certain, and I'm going to say this at about 93% here, that this series is going to be put into a full-time 12-week series right after they finish this 5-week test series. They got a race this Sunday night, and then they'll be off for the Mother's Day weekend, and they will come back and wrap things up on the 21st. And then I don't imagine that it's going to take very long for that thing to become a full-fledged series, because the car counts have been fantastic. The racing has been absolutely amazing for those guys, and everybody seems to be enjoying themselves. And I spoke to Reed Rundle yesterday, and he said that he's definitely looking forward to doing that. So let's get ourselves down here and start getting ready to look at the starting lineup. Well, I hate that view, so let's do this one. For heat number 1, going to be 7 cars. It's going to be the 80 of Vinny Sansone, your quick qualifier for the evening on the pole. Bryce Lucius will start to his outside. That's the 32 car. then the 90 of Trevor Royer on the inside of row number 2. That car should be white with red trim. Noah Bowman, the 71. That's the black car with the green numbers on it right there in the middle of the screen. He'll start outside row number 2. Your third row, Skylar Brown, the 10 car on the inside. And then the 96 of Robert Brenneman. That is the purple car with the bright yellow numbers on it. He starts in the 6th spot. And Trevor Schroeder, the 19 car we watched in qualifying, will start shotgun on heat number 1. So they'll roll them off. I thought for just a second there Noah Bowman was going to go ahead and take off back to the pits, but he changes his mind. Looks like he's going to continue. One more time around, Sansone getting a good look at where he thinks he wants to start at. And I saw Bryce Lucius see how the fluffy stuff up at the top was going to feel. He's up there trying to see if there's much on at the top already. I would imagine this thing is going to get to the top very quickly here. These guys will move it up there pretty quick. But green flag on heat number 1 in the air. Vinny Sansone right around the bottom. Left front tire up off the ground all the way down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Can he keep it off the ground for an entire lap? Yeah, looks like it brushed the dirt right there for just a second. You can't quite give him the credit for it. Trevor Royer already moving up. He's into 2nd. Skylar Brown and Bryce Lucius side by side for 3rd. And Lucius, wild and woolly for 3 and 4, gives up the spot to Brown. Now he's trying to work his way back down to the bottom. Just keeping that car a little too wide. It's going to open things up. I thought Bowman was going to get in there and Lucius slammed the door. Now Bowman's going to screen by on the bottom out of 4 as Lucius was out of shape there. And Lucius is going to stay up at the top. A little brush with the fence. Here comes Schroeder. Brenneman's already dropped to the back, but at the front, Sansone, Royer, and Brown, 1, 2, 3. Looks like they're pulling away from Bowman in 4th. Everybody transferred through to the feature, really just racing for their starting spot in that feature this evening. And we are already down to 2 to go. Laps will click off quickly here this evening. White flag in the air for Sansone in heat number 1. Started on the pole. And it looks like he is going to cruise around here, pick himself up again. That means he's going to have a really good starting spot in tonight's A-Main, probably on the pole. Trevor Royer, Skylar Brown in 3rd, Noah Bowman 4th, Bryce Lucius 6th with a big crash at the end, and then Robert Brenneman rounding things out in heat number 1. Let's get ready for heat number 2. On to the pole is going to be the 69 machine of the Little Hurricane, Mason Hannigan. Next to him, the 45 of Todd Brandt. Wade Fields will start the 7 car on the inside of the 2nd row, and he'll have Alex Straczynski in that 22 machine on his outside. The 81 of Ryland Gray, and I'm used to seeing Ryland Gray in a 6 car, but the 81 tonight, he starts 5th, and Brandon Garman in the 18 will start in the 6th spot. And then the shotgun starter on field number 1, Christopher Joy. I do not see Joy on the track. Not sure what is going on there with that one car. He didn't take any qualifying time either, so. A little shuffling going on at the front, and it looks like, oh, it looks like they're going to stay where they're supposed to stay. I thought they were shuffling that front couple of rows up. Maybe somebody didn't want to be on the outside of that front row. So we're just going to wait for Hannigan down here in 3 and 4 to get us going. Second and final heat race of the evening. Green flag in the air. Hannigan with a good start. We're going to fight for the bottom behind Brandt Fields. Side by side. Fields going to work up off the bottom of 4, take 2nd away from Todd Brandt. Ryland Gray way on the outside. That's the black and red car that is way up top. And he is trying to see if there's anything out there right now. A little bit of a slider length. They were almost 4 wide right there. Everybody jockeying and jostling for position. Fields and Brandt got together for a second. Brandt's going to get together again. He and Fields going to find each other. And Wade Fields just couldn't catch a break there. So let's go back. We're going to watch these guys. Down into 1 and 2. There's a little bit of contact. Everybody survives. And we're getting down to 3 and 4. And Straczynski's already there. And wheel-to-wheel contact. And then Wade Fields flying back in there. So I think Wade Fields' car so damaged he had to take it to that work area. So the first caution of the evening going to fall in heat number 1. It'll leave us with about 6 laps to go. Hannigan, Gray, Straczynski, Garmin, Brandt. Cars on track. Fields and Joy both off track right now. Oh, and Brandt's car heavily damaged. That thing has left rear tire, is pointed almost 45 degrees out to the left. So the axle definitely broken on that 45 machine. Green flag back in the air once again. Ryland Gray right to the outside. Gray trying to hold off Straczynski and trying to run down Hannigan. Hannigan right through the middle and takes the car to the bottom. Slides it out to the middle again. He's got a good line going. He's able to keep the momentum up. And Gray just not able to find any faster line to get around him. Already down to 2 to go. Still Hannigan, Gray, Straczynski, Garmin, and Brandt. Brandt doing a whale of a job just driving the 45 car. Left rear tire pointed 45 degrees to the left. That thing cannot be fun to drive at all, but he is going to muscle it around here. We're on the white flag. And Mason Hannigan is going to win heat 2. Gray will be second. Straczynski, Garmin, and Brandt. Rounding things out. So heat racing action over. Warm-up session about to commence. Probably give these guys a couple of minutes. I'm sure they would like to work the track in just a little bit more. Watch you guys for just a few laps here. I'm not sure how long they're going to give them in the feature. Track really not all that worn in. I am sure these guys would like to see a couple of grooves come in. That groove at the bottom usually hangs on pretty good. The groove at the top eventually becomes what I feel like is the dominant line here with this little board. You got to run it pretty tight. It's a pretty thin line just getting up there, but you got to run it pretty hard, pretty tight if you want to be fast there. See the marbles starting to spread all over the track, and these guys are trying to work those around and move them to different spots. Bowman quickest in the session right now, 12:17. That's a couple of tenths off of the qualifying time of 11:93 that Vinny Sansone posted. We'll watch the 80 car a little bit. Usually a bottom feeder. Vinny takes the car right down to the bottom and usually keeps it there and does very well with it. So we'll see if he does that again this evening. Good look at the SSR machine of Brandon Garmin. School of Sim Racing. Good partnership with them for quite a while now. Tommy and the boys do a fantastic job of helping to make guys better sim racers, giving them the tools they need to perform well. Skylar Brown. Haven't seen Skylar in a little while. Usually see Skylar in a number 10 car. It normally is yellow. But I think the 71 for all those drivers tonight, a little bit of a tribute for that infertility fundraiser that they are doing. So be sure to hit that link over on the Facebook page and go check that out. Support what these guys are doing. Riley Gray. Watched the Gray Automotive machine a little bit in his heat race. He made a pretty good run at Hannigan, but just couldn't complete things. It's always fun watching Trevor Royer. Run all over the track in the practice session. Just trying to see what is going to be where, I think. A little more of a winged sprint car aficionado. Always fun to watch him go out and race. But I think if you asked him directly and he was honest, he'd say he would have a wing on top of the car. It says 69 on here, but it's 22 on that tail tank. So. Session being advanced. It's going to be time for our feature. We'll get the drivers to start gridding out on the front stretch. Show you how they're going to line up. It will be Sansone and Hannigan, your two heat race winners on the front row. Trevor Royer and Rylan Gray making up row 2. Row 3, Skylar Brown, Alex Rosinski, Noah Bowman, and Brandon Garmin in row number 4. Trevor Schroeder and Todd Brandt will make our 5th row up. Bryce Lucius and Wade Fields in the 6th row. Then Robert Brenneman and Christopher Joy scheduled for row number 7. I do not think we'll see that one car. Have not seen him since he logged in. Explain that. So we'll get 13 of them out there. 30 circuits around. Yellow flag laps will not count. round number 1. Elite Performance Industries non-wing sprint car series. Front row formed up pretty good here. These guys getting ready to go out of turn number 4.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. Sansone and Hannigan. You can see they're spreading out 3, almost 4 wide in places. Contact Royer getting into it back there with someone. Skylar Brown. Yeah, he and Skylar Brown a little bit of contact with Royer. Having a hard time getting things going, but will stay green as he does keep the car going. Sansone got moved off the bottom and he was trying to make it work anywhere else. And right now, Hannigan. Middle to the top, but Rylan Gray trying to make some noise as well. He's going to go around Hannigan, working off the top side. So Sansone's on the bottom feed right now. Do that later in the race. I really need to keep some He's doing just that. 80 car. He's got it locked in right there. That's going to go in the middle slide. And it's still hanging tough on the bottom. Gray can't quite get around. He's Bowman right around the inside. He's got the left side tires right along the grass there. Both ends of the track. He's trying to make it 3 wide, getting into 3. Hannigan swings out high. Gray had to back it off, and now Gray's going to try to work to the inside of Bowman. Bowman going to take over second spot. These guys have not lost touch with Vinny Sansone at all. Sansone right through the middle. Caution for the first time. Trevor Schroeder appears to have a problem. So let's go see what happened to the 19 car. That's the black and white machine there. Looks good here. He's all by himself. Oh, he might have overcooked it getting in there. Yep. And Skylar Brown was just a little off the pace right there. So able to keep it going. We'll get that caution flag. Sansone, Bowman, Hannigan, Gray, Straczynski in the top 5. Carmen, Fields, Lucius, Brown, Brandt in the top 10. And Royer getting bits. And Royer must have a lot of damage from that contact on the first lap there, because he's down here just delicious. All right, lights off on the pace track. They're getting ready to go back to the green flag. Sansone waiting as long as possible. Comes down off the hill. Green flag. Bowman right up along that inside, and he is getting good bite on his exits. This time around, Bowman leads. So 10 laps in, new leader, and then Bowman promptly makes a mistake. It does not cost him anything, as Sansone had problems going around the outside of 1 and 2. About the same time, Bowman had problems on the inside. So Bowman, Sansone, Hannigan's right there. Straczynski now starting to hound Hannigan just a little bit. Straczynski a big problem with 3 and 4. He gives up the spot. Oh boy, that was a wild slider. Bryce Lucius going to have issues here. Let's go down and watch Bryce. That was a machine right there. Looks like he bumped himself. He finds a little help. That was Wade Fields, I think, gave him a little help. He gets a 360, keeps his foot in it, and keeps it rolling, but he will be moving out back. So they're sorting out the lineup. And still Sansone, Hannigan. No, Bowman, Sansone, Hannigan, Gray, Straczynski, Garmin, Fields, Brown, Brandt, and Schroeder. Top 10. Brenneman fans in the house from Facebook channel. All right, base truck is in. We are ready to go back to green. Noah Bowman bringing us to it this time. Down off the hill, right across the grass. Good start. He is going to stay right on the bottom. I am used to seeing that 80 car stay locked in on the bottom. And Vinny is doing the exact opposite of that tonight. And I don't know if it's going to pay off for him. Mason Hannigan trying to work the slider line, and that didn't work out for him as Sansone goes right back around him. He's trying to get into a slider barrel. They're going to let Noah Bowman start to get away. He's already 1 second ahead. 1 second here is a very long ways. Sansone finally going to the bottom.
All right, man. Caution is out.
And caution, Brennan Garmin going to have some problems here. That's the yellow and red machine on the outside. He looks like he's all by himself. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're not going to like that. Caught the right rear with the left front. Up and over you go. Open wheel cars do not like it when you touch rubbers. So we'll rack them back up with 12 to go. Royer, Garmin, and Joy, the only cars off track. Still 11 drivers out there for the last 12 laps. And Sansone all the way back to 4th now. I think that top side's starting to come in. I think Vinny maybe played this backwards a little bit. Now he's up to 3rd. I think he may have played this a little backwards. He may have wanted to be on the bottom early and then go to the top late, but Bowman down the hill in 3 and 4. Hannigan tried to get a start with him, and he lost about 4 car lengths. See how close they're getting to the grass right there. The camera's almost right on the tire. Right around the inside. Inside 10 to go. Going to be 9 this time for your leader, Noah Bowman. No big challenges right now. Over half a second. Make it a second now as Hannigan really slid it through 1 and 2. Lost a ton of distance. Back to that 4 spot. Straczynski's in 5th. Right beside him. 2 of them survive. It looks like Rylan Gray found the outside fence into it. Bumps the car over. Sansone down and inherits that podium spot. Goes back to the top side. Wave lap this time around for Noah Bowman. 5 to go. And Bowman still keeping it wound up on the bottom. I don't know how he is maintaining so much momentum down there. That time got way out of shape as a lap car. He's trying to get in the pits and almost parked in front. times around for the driver of the 71. Have himself season opening victory if he can hang on. 2 to go that time. Still Hannigan second, but a very distant second at 1.5 seconds. Now 1.6 is what it stretched out to. And the white flag already out. This one almost in the books. And Noah Bowman, dominating performance this evening. He's going to win this by nearly 2 seconds. If he can survive turns 3 and 4, and he will do just that. Noah Bowman wins the season opener. Elite Performance Industries non-wing sprint car series. Hannigan second, Sansone in third. Hard charger tonight. Wade Fields picking up 7 spots. He finishes inside the top 5. So we'll wait just a moment for our drivers to make themselves appear here. Noah Bowman taking his car off of the track, and that is a big no-no for us here at DRN. We do not enjoy that. So wait for the guys to make their way to the Discord channel. There's Noah Bowman. Let's talk to Noah real quick. We'll do this in reverse order then. How's that sound? Let's see. Noah, you got a copy? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, man. Well, you kind of run away with this thing after you took the lead there. Not a whole lot in the way of challenges. How'd you find grip down on the bottom?
I knew the bottom would be there. I kind of somewhat set up for the bottom, but not completely. I knew it'd be there. If I could stick it down there, I'd be just fine.
Yeah, it looked like car was on rails, only a couple of little bobbles, and every time you bobbled, the guys that were chasing you made even bigger bobbles. Kind of made it easy for you tonight, didn't they?
Not really. There's some tough guys in that league that are pretty hard to beat, so I won't cut them any slack.
Well, it doesn't sound like you're going to criticize them either, which is pretty awesome, man. A great way to open the season. Looking forward to running all 11 races and not worrying about those 4 throwaways.
Yeah, I'm excited for this season. I've been getting into non-wings more, so it should be a good season.
All right, man. Well, a great run tonight. You're going to pick up the win to open the season. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here.
Just like to thank Wade for putting it on and Indy Race Parts.
All right, man.
And
Thanks
you for streaming.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and congratulations on the win. We'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
Yep, thank you.
Noah Bowman picking up the win. We haven't talked to this guy in about a minute and a half here. He's been MIA, and I've been just about as MIA. But Mason Hannigan, how you doing, buddy?
MIA, bud, where you been?
Well, you know, I got a life and all kinds of stuff.
All of us do.
I don't live to race anymore. How about that? I do it because
you
I
have
enjoy
that.
coming and streaming the races, and man, I work too much. That's probably been the biggest problem. How you been doing? How's the racing going?
Not shabby, not shabby. That was all right there. I feel like the bottom wasn't in. I'm pretty sure I'd have won that one, but you'll have that. I mean, we're at Kokomo, so you know, I think the water truck guy forgot to water the top there, and yeah, we were just beat the fence down like we were at Millbridge, and you'll have that.
Well, it looked like the bottom really was the place to go. I'm used to seeing this place be top dominant, and nobody was able to really get the top rolling. You said it was pretty dry. Thinking about changing lines at all during that race?
Well, you see, there's a broken setup in non-wing cars, just like there is in wing cars, and unfortunately, I'm just not a fan of it, just like the wing car stuff. So you can run it, and you gotta be good at running it. And no, it was, and I'll give him that. But I mean, honestly, like I tried the bottom for a lap, and I just like I was free, and then I was too tight to run the bottom. So I maybe could have adjusted shocks, but I figured my only chance was to just get the top rolling, but it just never really came in like I figured it would.
Well, you kind of mentioned it, something that's been kind of holding a lot of people up here. Broken things in the dirt, especially in sprint cars, and a big laundry list of proposed fixes coming up in about 3 or 4 weeks here. You think they're going to be able to get rid of all the tilter sets and all the broken sets?
Who knows? Someone will find something probably, but let's just hope not. We kind of need the game to go back to how it was,
3 years ago?
3 years ago. Yeah, a good solid 3 years ago. Or hell, I even sucked and had fun, but nowadays it's just like you can barely have fun. I mean, you still might suck, but you're not having any fun anymore. But I think honestly last night was fun. I can actually say that last night was fun in the fix series. Like, man, we rolled the bottom in, and bottom wasn't bad in the feature, but it wasn't there. But like, it wasn't just top dominant. It was around the middle, it was slider, and you could. It was probably some of the best racing I've been a part of in the past year or so in the game. So, it's iRacing, so I guess we'll see in 3 to 4 weeks. Nobody ever knows, but as soon as you hop in, and I guess that's when you'll figure it out.
That's right. Well, a good run to start the season tonight. You got 11 more of these, so hopefully we can get some things rolling, get some repairs in some of this stuff, and you guys can make a great season out of this, man. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here tonight.
Oh yeah, all the boys at the Black Diamond, especially old Trevor Royer, aka Randy Royer. He's got me hooked up with the sauce in the past couple weeks for the non-wing deal. So yeah, he's the non-wing god on our team. So big thanks to him, and can't thank Tim Sims, UDTV. Velocity Race Designs at Ross Garden. He does a hell of a job, and yeah, we'll. I don't know if I'll be back next Thursday. I definitely won't be back next Thursday, but maybe the week after that. But we'll see. And we'll go from here.
All right, man. Well, it's been fun talking to you. Good to see you again. Congrats on a great run, and look forward to seeing you back on the track pretty quick.
Yes, sir. You too, Roger. See ya.
Mason Hannigan. He finished second. We talked to Noah Bowman. We did not get a chance to talk to Vinny Sansone, as he did not make his way to our Discord channel. So we'll wrap things up right there with the interviews. We'll show you the results. Bowman, Hannigan, Sansone, the top three. Shazinski fourth. Fields fifth. Fields was the hard charger. Scott Brown sixth. Bryce Lucius seventh. Trevor Schroeder in eighth. Todd Brandt ninth. Robert Brenneman 10th. 11th to Brandon Garman. Rylan Gray 12th. Trevor Royer, early exit this evening. He got out and made a few laps, but he got hurt on lap number 2, I think, down there in turns 3 and 4, and I guess it really damaged the car. So tough start to the season for him. Luckily, he's got some throwaways. We'll see that 90 car at the front quite a few times this season, I'm sure. And then Christopher Joy, DNS, and he would round things out for us. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget about Sunday night, 8 Eastern. Pavement Super Late Models. They'll be heading to a short track. I cannot remember which one for the life of me, but we'll be here at 8 o'clock Eastern. That has been some of the most fun racing, and the fans have been good, chatting things up in Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So make sure you join in, have some fun with the guys. We'll be back around on next Wednesday for the Aces Up series at 9:30 Eastern, and right back here again for the non-wing guys next Thursday night. Without you guys, it's not worth doing. Without all the leagues, we've got nothing to do. So I appreciate all those that help support us and give us something to